Hey guys, so if you haven't heard, one of the what I think is one of the best healing modalities on the planet, if you haven't heard of it, it's earthing. And this book is by the sort of modern day discoverer of it, Clinton Ober. It's actually written by Clinton Ober, Stephen T. Sinatra, Martin Zucker. His book is called Earthing, the most important health discovery ever. Now, what is earthing? I'll give you a quick rundown. Well, let me see if we can. Okay, so let's. The solution for chronic inflammation, regarded as the cause of most modern day diseases, has been identified, and it is not blueberries. It is something right beneath, but blueberries are really good for you too. It is something right beneath our feet, the earth itself. Throughout most of evolution, humans walked barefoot and slept on the ground, largely oblivious that the surface of the earth contains limitless healing energy. By way of electrons that come up through the earth, your body is deficient, highly deficient in electrons, because of food, free radicals, etc. Science has discovered this energy as free-flowing electrons constantly replenished by solar radiation and lightning. Few people know it, but the ground provides a subtle electric signal that maintains health and governs the intricate mechanisms that make our bodies work. Just like plugging a lamp into a power socket makes it light up. Modern lifestyle, including the widespread use of insulative rubber or plastic-soled shoes, has disconnected us from this energy, and of course we no longer sleep on the ground as we did in times past. Earthing introduces the planet's powerful, amazing and overlooked natural healing energy, and how people anywhere can readily connect to it. This eye-opening book describes how the physical connect with the earth creates abnormal physiology and contributes how the physical disconnect, with the earth creates abnormal physiology and contributes to inflammation, pain, fatigue, stress, and poor sleep. By reconnecting to the earth, symptoms are rapidly relieved and even eliminated, and recovery from surgery, injury, and athletic overexertion is accelerated. This never-before-told story, with fascinating research and real-life testimonials chronicles a discovery with the potential to create a global health revolution. Now, there are many benefits from earthing, but it basically helps and eliminates inflammation. And inflammation, like it says, is one of the main causes of every disease on this planet. Now, it can also, for those who travel a lot on aeroplanes and you get jet lag, what you want to do so you don't get jet lag is, as soon as you get off the plane, go and find some earth somewhere and take off your shoes and sit or stand barefoot on that earth for about 20 minutes, and you'll find that you won't get jet lag. Now, what are some of the benefits? Other benefits: improved sleep, inflammation, stress reduction, muscle soreness and recovery, pain management, blood circulation, high blood pressure and heart disease are all stabilized, and you get a boost of antioxidants. Now, there's a stress hormone called cortisol, and at the moment, most people, 99.999 recurring people on this planet, their cortisol levels are topsy-turvy. They're basically opposite of what they should be. At night, our cortisol levels should lower. But what's happening because of, EMF fields, Wi-Fi, etc., stress, our cortisol levels actually are more during the night when they should be lowering. So this is one main thing that earthing does. It brings cortisol levels back into balance. Basically, if you have to ask what earthing basically does, it, what do you call it, recalculates your body back to balance and normal levels that everything should be at. Here's a couple of reviews. And look at that. That person was obviously impressed. That's a fairly long review. Basically sums it up by, I was excited by earthing the most for personal reasons that seemed to make sense to me, but I'll let you make up your own mind about it. 4 stars. Yes, that's the other thing. Our bodies are basically electrical beings, you know, so they're going to benefit from this, obviously. What else do we got here? This book takes us back to a foundational reason that most of us have suffered from chronic disease. It's comforting and intriguing that part of the solution may be so easy and inexpensive to implement. Now, part of what I've got to say here is that now I discovered earthing about 5 years ago, and 5 years ago, basically all you could do was to get earthed was to walk barefoot on the ground on the earth. But nowadays there are ways that you can be earthed inside, and there are products such as earthing sheets, earthing mats, so you can put your bare feet on an earthing mat while you're working on the computer. So with the earthing sheet, you put it on your bed, and as long as some part of your body is touching it, you'll be earthed all night. Basically, that's why they earth houses and earth all electrical appliances. So basically there's no interference. Any interference, such as static, goes into the ground, and what you get with TV, whatever, radio, etc., is just the frequency that you are specifically after. So basically, like what I found is, because you can test your voltage simply by plugging you get a voltmeter, plug the negative one into earth, and then put yourself by a electrical appliance or whatever. But what I found is that most people have about a 5 volt or more, depending if what they're near. 5, when you lie down at night, most people have got about 5 volts generating, going through their body, and that's not their voltage. What I found is that as soon as you touch the earthing sheet, that'll go down to 0 or near 0. So yeah, I can't say enough about earthing. Now, I will leave a link below to the awesome products out there. At the moment, I'll just show you what's available. So here's this website, and I'll leave links to the products below in the description. So they tell you about earthing, in the last 100 years or so, we've lost something vital to our health, which is the earthing. There's a reason why, when you walk bare feet down by the beach, because if you walk, especially if you're walking in, down near the water, because water, amplifies the effects, and everybody usually comes away from the beach feeling good. So what have you got as far as products are concerned? you've got earthing sheets. What you do is you can either the plugs plug into the earth of the connection and not the other two, just the earth, or you can. They also, when you get these, you also have the alternative to plug. The wire can go straight out your window or whatever, and onto a rod and plug into the ground. I've found the rod straight out to the ground is always better. But obviously some cases, if you're in a 50-story building, you're not going to be able to plug into the ground. So probably get both. Get the plug for your home, and if you travel a lot, you stay in motels or whatever a lot, stay with friends overnight, whatever. I'd also get this plug. So there's the earthing recovery bag. The earthing recovery bag is like a sleeping bag, and that's probably the best way to go, because you're in it. Here's the grounding mats that we're talking about. Now, see, this is a good idea. You can only put these, while you're working on them, you can have bare feet on, but it's too cold. Your hands are obviously going to be touching, while you're doing the keyboard with the mouse, your hands are obviously going to be touching the keyboard, etc. You've got a grounding band, so you can just stick this band around your leg too. That's another thing, so if you haven't got a grounding mat, just stick the band around your leg. There's a good solution in winter. Grounding patches, stick the patch on anywhere you've got pain. Now look at this. Isn't this awesome? You've also got grounding footwear. Let's have a look at this grounding footwear. So you can be grounded while you're outside. I'll just move this down a bit. Okay. High quality conductive footwear that grounds wear in comfort and style. Now, this is awesome. There's all the sizes there. This one is in pounds. So, pretty amazing. Let's have a look at the accessories. And so you can be grounded all the time. If you want to be grounded all the time. Here's a socket tester. Basically, you stick that in, and basically a certain way the lights pop up. That'll tell you that it is in fact earth, because a lot of old houses, like very old houses, you want to make sure that your house is actually earth. A lot of the old houses are not earth. There's a socket tester. You've got the different sockets for the different countries. You've got even a conductivity. See how the strength of the conductivity. There's the book. Highly recommended, that book. You've also got that book in different languages. You've got the extension cord. 12 meters, which is a long distance. You've got the straight cord. You've got the coiled cord, which stretches. You've got the splitter. You've got the grounding rod there. So you basically stick that out your window or whatever, and you poke that into the ground. There's the connection plug. So you see how it goes. That plugs into only the earth, and then you put the extension cords of whatever that's going to, your earthing sheet or your mat or your patches, etc. So there you go, guys. I'll leave links below, but really I can't say enough about grounding. The book, says is the best house discovery ever. I would say arguably at the top.